Hello guys, welcome back once again. So that table we're shaking, we promised to continue with it, and here we are. This is unscripted, where everything flows as the spirit goes, and everything goes as
the spirit flows.
Welcome with me, Darren here.
Hi guys.
And my name is Tosin, and we are your girls on the couch, giving you hot gist as we see life from a faith-based perspective.
Preach it, girl.
So we're talking today again.
We started last week. We started last episode, you know.
Yeah, and then we just want to talk about passing down generational traumas.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Darren, what do you think?
Guys, there's so many things we go through in life. There's so many, things that have, come together to form who we are. And some of them are negative. Not everything is positive. And some of us have learned to, be able to separate the positive from the negative. And some of us have learned to dwell on the positive and how to project the positive. But while some of us are still struggling, some of us don't even know that we have those negatives.
True.
So those negatives are what we're talking about. Like, your experiences as a child. Maybe you had a father who abused you and beat you so much. And because of that exposure, and the only person of, mentor, somebody you could look up to was that same father. And then you're getting into a marriage or a relationship or into, a home. You have your own home right now, and then you're struggling with the same thing. You're every opportunity you're hitting up your, child. Some people even go to the extent of hitting their wives.
Yeah, I hear this thing that guys like to marry women that look like their moms, or women like to marry guys that have something in common with their dads. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that.
Some women like myself, I just found, funny enough, I wasn't looking out for that in
but
my
it's
man.
just
it just plays out. So that's the fear I have.
Subconscious.
So that's even when you're not consciously working, it happens.
Yeah,
it happens. So, but when you have not, learned to deal with the situations that got you where you are, there's every tendency for you to pass it on. Because you don't know any better way.
Yeah. Meanwhile, talking about generational strongholds, there's this story.
Tosin always comes with our stories. Guys, are you ready? Are you on your couch? Before Tosin tells our story, guys, I want you to click the like button
and
subscribe, and also share. Guys, we need to get this word out to all our friends. We need to let people know about what we're enjoying here. Let's keep this couch, the way it is. Let's create a bigger community.
Subscribe.
Thank you, guys. So now, Tosin, you can share your story.
So back to my story. So there's this a lady. She has a daughter, and back in Africa, we kill live chicken. I know in some parts of the world, some children don't even know what a live chicken. They don't know what it looks like, right?
So this show is not barbaric, but it's just, like in Nigeria,
we kill live chicken.
We eat fresh. So that's the word. We eat fresh. So fresh from the farm, killed right there in your presence, different parts separated,
and then you're good to go.
You're good to go. Chicken.
So, and anyway, in this family, the daughter observed that they don't eat the legs of the chicken. Not the drumsticks, the feet.
The feet, yes, yeah. Chicken legs.
So, but she went out one day, she tried it, she liked it. So she came home and said, "Mommy, why don't we eat chicken feet or chicken legs?" The mom was like, "Why?" I said, "Because I had it." They go, "No, you couldn't have had that. Why did you have that? We should go for cleansing. We should do this and that. An abomination. And the girl went on to ask Mommy, but really, why don't we eat it? And the mother now thought to herself that, oh, it's true. I don't know why, but I just know we don't eat it. Fortunately for them, the grandma was still alive. And then they asked the Grandma, why don't we eat chicken feet? She doesn't know too. But fortunately as well, her mom was alive. So they went back to ask great grandma, why don't we eat chicken fish? She was like, well, I couldn't be bothered. Chicken feet is the dirtiest part of the chicken.
So it started from the great grandma.
And because she doesn't want to be bothered with cleaning chicken feet, removing scales and all of that, she just chops it off.
Oh my God.
And then because the grandma now grew up not having chicken feet, the mother grew up not having chicken feet. She's passing it down.
It became
a generational stronghold that we don't eat chicken feet. Apparently, it was just because somebody could not be bothered.
Go through the stress of getting it cleaned.
I'm telling you. So now, I know that seems harmless, but the mom was already going to build what do I call it, a spiritual thing around it, because she was like abomination. There was really no abomination. It was just because somebody could not be bothered. So what stories are we passing along to our children? What character, what actions are we, what do you call those things that we do repetitively now in the house? What routines are we passing down generations? And more frankly, what strongholds are we passing down?
You know, while Tosin was talking about this, what came to my mind was, okay, some people may be asking, how do I relate this to my life? How do I relate it to parenting? You know, and it just occurred to me that some of us, you know, tell our kids, because the generation they're in is totally different from us. Growing up, you could not ask your parents why, right? And then some things, they do something and say, why shouldn't I do it? Sincerely, they are not. The why sometimes is not to undermine your authority, is to get clarity. But because we are used to, you know, God, help me, right? How can a child just look at you in the face and ask you why? Why can't a child look at you in the face and ask you why? When God also, the God Almighty said, come, bring your strong reasons. Let's reason together so that I can tell you why things are. I can tell you why things are. So don't hesitate to explain things to your children. And when you don't know, oh my God, that's why, you know, the first part we talked about the fact that children do not follow your words, they follow your actions. You may not know, you are influencing them, right? If you don't know, be truthful about it. Sincerely, I've never given it a thought. I just feel like this thing shouldn't be. I will ask and then I'll get back to you. Or if you think you know, check around and see, are there things, is this really important for the now? Or how do I break this down in this generation?
And this episode is really going to be a short one. We hope. And we promise.
Yeah, that's a check. That's a check for me, right? During, you know, let's for us, so, right?
Yeah, for both of us. But however, what we're saying is this, that because we know that a lot of things that become generational strongholds, generational causes, actually generational traumas passed down the line. For example, when a mother sits a 5-year-old and begin to report every bad thing that the father has done to that child.
Oh my God.
What your husband did to you, you report to a child who is still trying to grow. You're forming their worldview about men.
Her world perspective.
About men. She's always going to see men through that lens, except something else gives, right? So if you paint a picture of a bad and terrible man, she's going to keep passing that through generations that men are bad. Meanwhile, there are some good men. A lot of good men.
You know what what Tosin just said right now. Sorry, Tosin, I'm not cutting you. You're still going to continue. I just, picture of someone I know just came to mind. Who has been struggling with such. The father abused the mom a lot, and she grew up with it. And then she's of age, and everybody is saying, "Sis, when are you going to get married?" Every man that comes to her, even when she tries, she gets scared. She's like revisiting her past, her burden. She's carried that burden around, and she's extraying every man that comes to her, the good, the bad, through that lens. That's what Tosin is saying. When you go through things and you unburden on your children, I know we want to be open with them, we want to be close with them, but give them that balance.
Yes,
give them that balance.
You need to know what they can take. Just like when somebody says they are giving their 5-year-old, their children, sex education, then you go ahead and tell them everything. You have to break these things in bits to what they can handle psychologically, mentally, and spiritually per time.